Welcome to War India News Hour. Let's talk on the trends that will impact the future of work. Automation of routine work with artificial intelligence, digital dexterity and hybrid work with distributed workforce will be three key trends impacting the future of work that CIOs should focus on as per Gartner. Analysts discuss the future of work in India and how technology, generational and cultural shifts will play a major role in shaping work culture. In 2020, organizations across the world experienced a sudden surge in remote working. During this shift, workforce automation, digital dexterity and hybrid working delivered significant business value, revenue growth and helped organizations maintain business continuity. Going forward, the dependence on technology to promote collaboration with a sense of belonging with the remote workers to stay connected and engaged in the new normal became more important than it has ever been before. Gartner recommends that CIOs and IT leaders should focus on three future work trends to ensure their organizations are well positioned. AI is already automating large parts of routine work to direct employee focus towards higher value, non-routine work. AI and robotic process automation technologies in the enterprise are expected to accelerate and have the potential to automate large swaths of routine work when the duties are fast, known and repeatable. Gartner forecasts that global RPA software revenue will increase 19.5% in 2021 and continue to grow at double-digit rates through 2024. AI will make inroads into many aspects of non-routine and cognitive tasks performed by knowledge workers. Few jobs will be replaced by AI, but almost all jobs will experience some automation or augmentation. Organizations that embrace a combination of humans and machines complementing each other's capabilities will enable their employees to perform their jobs more effectively than either human experts or AI-enabled machines working alone. Let's look into today's headlines in War India. PM Modi is pitching for the One Nation, One Election. With a new strategy for the election and to expand the political legacy in the country, on Thursday, PM Modi advocated on One Nation, One Election system and a single voters list, saying that elections taking place every few months hinder developments. Making a strong pitch for simultaneous elections on the Constitution Day, Modi said that One Nation, One Election was not just an issue of deliberation but also the need of the country. Elections are held at different places every few months and it hampers the developmental work. Experts say it has to convert into ballot paper voting controlled by the technology mapping, which would bring revolution and be compliant on the hackings and cyber-related issues. Father of India's technology revolution, F.C. Kohli passes away. Fakir Chand Kohli passed away on Thursday. He was 96 years old. In 2002, Kohli was awarded the Padma Bhushan for his contribution to the Indian software industry. He was the founding CEO of TCS, who was called the father of Indian IT or software, brought technology revolution and helped India build its $100 billion IT industry. Kohli returned to India in 1951 and joined Tata Electric Companies and rose to become its director in 1970. During this tenure, he was responsible for the use of digital computers for power system design and control. Foxconn to move iPad production from China to Vietnam. Foxconn, the leading manufacturer of Apple products, is moving some iPad and MacBook assembly to Vietnam from China at the request of Apple as the US firm diversifies production to minimize the impact of a US-China trade war. This will mark the first time for iPads to be assembled out of China. Foxconn issued a statement declining to comment on the matter for reasons of commercial sensitivity. The lines will also take some production from China. Foxconn chairman Liu Yang way in August told investors the US-China trade war has split the world into two, saying his firm aimed to provide two sets of supply chains. NPCI allots payment banks and fintechs to be the shareholders. National Payments Corporation of India, that is NPCI, on Thursday said that it has completed private placement of 4.63% of its equity shares worth rupees 81.64 crores, allowing small finance and payment banks as well as fintechs to be shareholders in the organization. It had made an offer for the private placement to 131 Reserve Bank of India regulated entities, out of which 19 showed interest and were allotted shares in NPCI. With this, small finance and payment banks such as AU Small Finance Bank Limited, India Post Payments Bank Limited and digital payment fintechs including BillDesk, Amazon Pay, PayU India, PhonePe, Pine Labs and MobiKwik have joined NPCI's shareholding and hold up to 0.44% each in the retail payments entity. MeitY and IBM India to offer reskilling programs in artificial intelligence and cloud. The Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, MeitY, and IBM India announced a collaboration to create a robust education and skilling ecosystem that creates critical thinkers, problem solvers, and next generation innovators through the Common Services Center Academy. The courses will be integrated into 6,000 CSC Academy training centers, reaching out to 5 lakh learners across 26 states in India. This will in turn play a pivotal role in building a skilled workforce for local industries, thereby powering the success of Government of India's flagship programs like Make in India, Skill India, Digital India, Startup India, etc., said Dr. Dinesh Tyagi, Managing Director, CSC E-Governance Services India Limited. Disney plans to lay off 32,000 staff. With the recent announcement by Disney lay off more than 30,000 staff in the first half of 2021, the company confirmed that it would reduce its workforce by a total of 32,000 workers next year in a filing with the Securities and Exchange Commission. The spokesperson for Disney confirmed to Variety that the 32,000 total includes the 28,000 previously announced. The vast majority of these layoffs are from the parks division, which has hemorrhaged cash since the outbreak of the coronavirus. Disneyland in Anaheim has remained shut since March, while Walt Disney World in Florida reopened in the summer with limited capacity and strict social distancing. Disneyland Paris has been open and shut at the whim of France's shifting lockdown rules, but the Asian parks in Shanghai, Tokyo and Hong Kong have remained open since their staggered reopening. CAIT demands 7-day ban on Amazon for not showing country of origin. Confederation of All India Traders, that is CAIT, has demanded a 7-day ban on Amazon Flipkart for not complying with the details of country of origin of products displayed on its platform. CAIT and RSS affiliate Swadeshi Jagran Manch, that is SJM, said they were not happy with the Rs 25,000 penalty imposed on Amazon by the Ministry of Consumer Affairs. The fine follows a notice issued by the government against Amazon for not displaying such information and a Delhi High Court notice to the e-commerce player. CAIT's Secretary General Praveen Khandelwal has demanded a week-long ban on Amazon. SJM's national co-convener Ashwini Mahajan has demanded that the fine collected should be proportional to the loss incurred by the economy due to purchase of foreign goods. Canon accepted the ransomware attack. Data theft happened in August this year. Canon has finally accepted publicly that it has suffered cyber attack in early August caused by ransomware and that the hackers stole data from the company's servers. On August 5th, Canon USA sent out a company-wide notification informing employees of extensive system issues that made multiple applications, that Teams and emails among them, unavailable. Sources said Maze ransomware had stolen from Canon 10 terabytes of data and private databases before detonating the file encrypting malware on August 5th. Canon started to investigate the incident and found evidence of unauthorized activity on its network between July 20th and August 6th. The threat actor had accessed its file servers that also hosted information about current and former employees from 2005 to 2020 and their beneficiaries and dependents. Paytm announces that merchants can now receive unlimited payments at 0% fees. To sustain in this competitive world, Paytm has announced that now the merchants will no longer require multiple QRs at their counters, and all they need is Paytm all-in-one QR to accept payments from Paytm Wallet, Paytm UPI or any other UPI app. This move is going to benefit about 17 million merchants who will enjoy a 0% fee on all their digital payments with direct settlement in their bank accounts, the company said in a statement. Beauty e-commerce unicorn Nykaa raises funds from Fidelity. Beauty e-commerce unicorn Nykaa, the omni-channel fashion and beauty startup which made into the unicorn club this year, where the Bollywood actresses Katrina Kaif and Alia Bhatt have also invested in the startup, has raised funds from Boston's Fidelity Investments through a secondary transaction facilitating partial exit for early investors as well as an exit for employee stocks. Nykaa has previously raised Rs 166 crores from Steadview Capital, which valued it at $1.2 billion. Summing up, digital dexterity will become critical as organizations can build competitive advantage by enabling the digital dexterity of the next generation workforce. As organizations accelerate their digital transformation initiatives, a strong digitally dexterous workforce will become critical. CIOs and IT leaders should focus on expanding the IT charter and work closely with HR leaders to include helping employees rapidly embrace new technology and invest in algorithms and well-structured training programs that identify worker skills and competencies to improve digital dexterity. A report states that 48% of employees will likely work remotely post-pandemic as compared to 30% in a pre-pandemic world. The COVID-19 pandemic accelerated this trend, forcing many organizations to move a large portion, if not all, of their workforce to remote work. Post-COVID-19, many employees will want to work remotely more than they did prior to the pandemic. There have been serious issues related to cyber forensics that raise biggest concern as the cyber threat landscape has changed dramatically during the past few years and in the last 6 months in particular. Traditional standalone antivirus and backup solutions are unable to protect against modern cyber threats. Organizations that modernize their stack with integrated data protection and cybersecurity not only gain greater security, they lower their costs and improve efficiencies. 39% of global companies experienced a video conferencing attack in the past 3 months as workers rely on apps like Zoom, Cisco WebEx and Microsoft Teams, where India demonstrates the highest rates, with 66% of local companies reporting having encountered video conferencing attacks. So beware and stay safe. With this, let's wind up for the day. Please like, share, comment and subscribe to War India News Magazine. You can download the War India app from Google Play Store for the latest news and updates. Stay tuned. Thank you.